Hello everyone and welcome back to the next episode of Stellaris with the Roman Empire, also known as the Imperial Core, where we're now in 2486 and we've got 14 years left of this campaign to go, and we are about 20,000 in score ahead of the Stellaris with a pretty strong economy as well. We've also dealt with the Great Tempest up here in the Ailgate system. I don't think there's much that can really go after us now. We're currently at war with a couple of the fallen empires purely because we've had to support the Galactic Initiative and kind of keep all the little members states safe. You might have noticed a couple of years have passed since the last campaign, or the last episode I should say, as I did have a few clips that needed to be cut for reasons, but we are currently voting for Pax Galactica in the Senate session. It's a pretty close run thing, but if it passes, members of the Imperium, including its ruler, myself, may not declare war on each other aside from trials of advancement. For the Imperium to prosper, it must not tear itself even apart in pointless infighting. Wars between members cannot be permitted. Because that just sounds inherently, useful. And it might allow us to do something else instead. I don't really think there's much that can now cause us much issue. We'll have to see. I am over here in the Vestige area. If nothing else, just to kind of annoy them and take over some of their planets, or at least destroy some of their land and try and enforce a peace. I think that would be wise. We'll just start with this one over here. And they do have some strong stations, definitely. I believe this is about 108,000, which sounds like a lot, but it's not actually as bad as you would initially think. We don't have any of these planets claimed, but
hostile
that's
stationary
okay.
asset engaged.
So they're going to go fight. There's no need for us to really watch that. It won't take them long to deal with that station system, I would think. We could maybe expand our resource storage, but I don't really see the need to do so. I will just go to the market, however, and buy some more of our exotic gases and some more rare crystals as well. We've got a new promising officer. I'm not going to say no to have a new promising officer. Organolox has declared war on the Stellaris. That's interesting. Two separate awakened empires, and those are two of the strongest, I believe. Yeah, that's second and third place. Right, we might need to keep an eye on the Stellaris because they might still decide to push in and win. And if they do well against Organolox, they may well claim the score lead again. So we do need to watch out for them. In the meantime, we are hosting a great bunch of colonization on these planets, which currently are just kind of bog standard planets, but we will be turning them, when possible, into Gaia worlds, because why not? Although, I believe Gaia world takes 10 years to terraform, and I don't think all of these are going to be completed in time to have themselves turned into Gaia worlds. But there's no reason for us not to, particularly. So, in that regard, we're going to do that. There's a fleet of the Vestige. Not a very big one, however. Let's get you guys moving down to here. We don't have any claims down here. I think it's going to be tough for us to actually put some claims down there. So it's not really something I'm all too worried about. So over here in Nostia, we've got the Sentry Spire, which we need to keep on upgrading. Gives us some base intelligence level, which is fine. Okay, more fighting going on. We are also keeping some fleets here at the terminal egress because it's a space where everyone can travel to really quickly, so it's kind of important. Okay, we're construction. That's going to take too long. It's going to practically be the end of the game by that point. We'll take the shield hardener. Although I don't think we'll particularly need it. Let's keep upgrading this fortress as best possible. We've got a bunch of planets here, but we kind of arrived at them a little bit too late for it to be really worth it. But that's okay. This is likely to be the penultimate episode. We're at 2487, and I may well be cutting out a couple of the end years if it feels like there's not anything that interesting or useful going on. Right. Peace has been made with the Praku. Nothing's changed there. Fine. So you guys can, well, go back home. There's no real need for you to stay here. So you return back to Romulus, please. It'll take a while to get there, but we'll keep some at our kind of home base, our star core system, just in case. There's a lot of Gagassian fleets down here, and Selimi fleets. We do need to watch out for the Selimis. Selimis and the Organologs are fighting each other at the moment. Their fleet power is currently overwhelming, even to us, which might be a problem, in all honesty. Thankfully, neither of these wars involve us at the moment. But we do need to keep an eye on them, make sure they don't get too powerful for their own good. How is this going along? Senate's in session.
Construction complete.
We'll end the session as soon as we can, because it's on a knife edge. So we need that to... We don't need it to pass, but it would be useful for it to pass. And I'm kind of hoping there might be an achievement or something similar we can grab for doing that. 2488 is when our first planet will be colonised on the 1st of the 1st. Wonderful. How are we doing on our Unity? Not our Unity, I'm looking for... discoveries. Yeah, our relics I was curious about. Let's reverse arcane some technology. There we go. Synchronized firing patterns, some additional tech. That's always useful. We are heavily over our naval capacity, but I do just want to keep enough floating about that if we do need to deal with the Selimis, it's going to be possible. So let's also reinforce as best we can. Because if the Selimis are building up a big fleet, we should probably do the same. Speaking of which, let's go to some of our fleets momentarily. We've just got so many planets now. Let's make sure everyone is ready to upgrade, that can upgrade. Leave you guys... Okay. Direct habitat complex is complete, that's good. Over here at terminal egress, I'm going to have to leave these guys here, I think. Because I just don't... I need to keep this as like a blockaded area, really. So these guys are going to have to stay here. So Zarkland's Pilgrims, Black Tower Mercenaries, and those guys are fine. Everyone else, however, can go upgrade, that's not a problem. You guys can go upgrade. There's no one who's in terminal egress can go upgrade at the moment, because we probably need them. Now, so you go, return home and upgrade. First Imperium could upgrade, but let's wait for everything else to be done. Let's also just buy a bunch more alloys. They're extraordinarily expensive at the moment. It's almost certainly not worth doing. But given that everyone can come through terminal egress, it's incredibly important we get this place upgraded. And you can hear there's a lot of ships passing through here. If we do have a construction ship in the area, which I don't know if we do, but I'm sure we can get one. Where's some of our ships? There we go. Can you build me any fun megastructures in here? I mean, you could build another science nexus. I'm not going to say no. Yeah, build another science nexus. Why not? It's going to be fun to have it around terminal egress. You're going to go build me another science nexus site in terminal egress. Wonderful. I don't know how much we'll actually manage to get done before the end of the game, but it will contribute a little bit, I suppose. The game is running rather slowly nowadays. So, given I think we're probably past the worst of it in terms of combat, I probably will be skipping bits here and there, I would think. So if you notice a few cuts and a bit of time jumps, then you know this is still just about going to pass. I can conclude this in 1 second. I think at 700 days it's when it can end. There we go. I'll pass the resolution. Pax Galactica is in session. It's now active, so no one can go to war within the memberships of the Pax Galactica. Let's take... Ooh, we're going to take advanced shield hardening. Now let's go for... I was about to say we go for energy conduit. We don't really need that. We'll go for the advanced shield hardening. No, we won't, because that's 105 months. What's something that's nice and quick? Colony development speed. That would actually be useful. We've got a lot of colonies. Should have got that ages ago, really. But that will at least help with some of our colonies. To some extent, at least. I mean, it's not going to help all of them. And actually, Kiran Prime, the first one to be settled, is only about a month and a half away. Which is really useful, because we're still getting more and more refugees, and of course that's leading to huge problems with housing and jobs. So in general it's going to be very useful to have this additional space. Although I imagine people are going to move in there very quickly, and the people who set that place up are going to be very overwhelmed. So we're going to need to build the infrastructure in this place as quickly as possible. It's got a decent amount of city districts, so we'll start with city districts and then we'll move on to other things afterwards. Because actually the most useful thing that Kiran Prime can be is somewhere for people to live and work. You know, we don't necessarily need the economy benefits from these other buildings. We'll probably put down some crime prevention. But actually we'll make more economy just off not having people on these original worlds, because it's gonna be causing issues with unhappiness, I would think. Let's have a look at Roma, for example, which is not terribly overcrowded. Behemoth, I'm just trying to... Yeah, these guys are slightly less happy because of overcrowding. Crime is always still an issue. Okay, Kiran Prime is ready to go. Excellent. Kiran, where is it gone? Kiran Prime. Right. I'm going to build a crime prevention place first, because it's going to need it. Because there's quite a few of these kind of crime industries around. Criminal empires around, I should say. And then just build me as many city districts as you can get away with. That'll do. And clear these as well. That will keep you busy for enough time. I'm also going to not create a penal colony, but I will distribute luxury goods to try get people to travel here. In terms of population, that might work in our favour. Right, excellent. Okay, 3 more ready to go. Fine. We're going to do the exact same. So precinct houses, and then probably even a couple of precinct houses might not be a terrible idea. And then the rest will be city districts.
Alert.
You want a embassy? That's fine. Epsilon has already got people moving to it, I think, or is having issues with unemployment. That's fine. I think that's because people are just transferring over. So again, we're going to use some precinct houses. Just literally just keep the crime down as best possible, and give you as much housing as possible as well. And then get some more stuff from them. Excellent.
Settlement established.
Starting to get a lot of our settlements underway now, which is excellent. You're ready to go. You are going to be the same. Precinct houses across the board, please, and as much city districts as you can get away with.
Alert.
Commercial pact. No, that doesn't really help us. I don't see why we would do that. Let's also clear out this stuff here. And Celia Prime can do the same. Because just having all these extra houses is going to be very useful for us overall. We're also going to distribute luxury goods, and we're going to terraform this to a Gaia world. It should be done just about in time. Terraform into a Gaia world, and it's also going to have its luxury goods here. Terraform a Gaia world, luxury goods, Gaia world, and luxury goods, and that should move people over. In fact, we can just move people over. We will renew that. I may well even just preemptively move people off some of our main planets. Kiram, you can go first. Although I might want to give you some additional precinct houses eventually. Due to okay, nation of pushing light is now a vassal. That's fine. Resettle. I'm just having a look at habitability overall. These two Romans can come over. Oh, look how many Romans there are available. Goodness me. I mean, that's going to cause a huge amount of job problems in terms of unemployment. But Kiram is now pretty much ready to go. It's going to need a lot of work to sort out. It's going to need amenities, it's going to need a bunch of things. But over time that should work. Stability, however, is going to be low. We might want to not be so dramatic with our... Yeah, we might not want to be so dramatic there. Let's we resettle some of these guys out so it's not quite as dramatic. Interesting. Yeah, that could be a problem. I shouldn't have been so dramatic with that, but that's fine. Can we declare martial law here? We may well need to. I can expel population, that's fine. Oh, they'll become refugees. I don't really want to do that. What's the worst that can happen? Kiram Prime. I really shouldn't have been so dramatic with my population shifts. But that's fine. He says as he has active active riots going on, but it's fine. I'm sure we'll manage. And as more planets come in, more precinct houses come in,
Construction complete.
Things should become a little bit easier. Right, you can upgrade. I don't know what's going on here. There's a fight going on. It doesn't really involve us though, so that's fine. Let's get this starbase going up even further.
Settlement established.
Okay, a couple more ready to go. You're ready to go. Let's take your precinct houses. And we need to give you guys a holo theatre as well, I would think. That's probably another issue as well. We also want to give you... make you into a Gaia world and give you luxury goods. Okay, technology research. Common development speed is up. Excellent.
Ship augmentations completed.
Getting a lot of rare tech now. We'll take the proton launchers. They could be useful in the right circumstances. Just making sure everything's ready to go for the most part. You're ready to go, so have a holo theatre, 2 precinct houses,
Planetary surface settlement
and a
established.
bunch of city districts. Thank you. You are also going to be terraformed to a Gaia world, and you will have your luxury goods. And then we'll move down to the next one. Clear the blockers as well. This is kind of mass colonization going on here at this point. You're ready to go, so have your precinct houses, have a holo theatre, and a bunch of city districts. I mean, this is using some of our economy, which is good.
Planetary surface settlement established.
There's a lot of them settling at once now, which is excellently good to hear. Don't resettle. They can hopefully do so manually, but we will distribute luxury goods to do so. You need your holo theatre. You need 2 precinct houses, a bunch of city districts, terraform you to Gaia, and give you not a penal colony, but some luxury goods. Let's also go to the market and actually buy a bunch of minerals because we're going to need them, and we can also just sell pretty much all our food. We'll keep some of our consumer goods.
Ship augmentations
That's
completed.
Fine. What's it next? Gatria Prime is next. So you're going to have your precinct houses. I mean, this should also hopefully help with the vast amount of refugees we're picking up along the way. I would hope anyway. You can be a Gaia world.
Planetary surface settlement established.
Let's take isolated contingency of core again, that's fine. Decisions, you can have your luxury goods, thank you. On to the next one, we've got plenty of them. Holo Theatre. We need to give you some precinct houses. And then we also want to terraform you into a Gaia world and give you the decisions as well. We're nearly done with the majority of our colonies now.
Planetary surface settlement established.
Yeah, there's a few more coming in now. Right, give you your precinct houses.
Completed.
Give you your holo theatre. This might also knock our food down a bit, but I'm sure it'll be okay. Build all your city districts. We just need housing, really. We'll give you the Gaia world. Give you your decision. Luxury goods. Who's next? You're next. Increase benefits. Have your holo theatres. Have some precinct houses. Have a bunch of these. And then, of course, be terraformed if you can, because I just like the idea of everything being a Gaia world. That just sounds rather nice indeed. Let's distribute some luxury goods here. I'm actually going to hold off the blockers for now, because frankly it's going to take so long for all these things to be built that I'm not sure it's going to really matter about the... I'm not sure it's going to hugely matter about the blockers, to be honest. Bioreactor, I don't know where the Gaia world's... Where's it gone? The holo theatre, that's the one I'm after. Right. Bunch of city districts. I suppose we can clear these out, why not? There's no reason not to. Terraform you into a Gaia and give you some luxury goods. And then Wilcom Prime is going to be ready to go soon. We'll clear out the blockers, why not? Clear you out. We've only got 2 colonies, I think, still needing to be kind of altered when they arrive. How's Kiram getting along? It's gonna get there pretty quickly, actually. Once these things get built. Is there something I can do maybe with policies and edicts? I wonder.
Technological acquisition successful.
We can check that in a second to maybe speed up building time. Migrant installation is probably a little bit late for something that to be that useful. We'll just take this Flagella. We're not hugely into the society, to be honest. We've reached 100,000. I'm guessing that's due to our number of colonies. Is probably helping with that as well. Also, the Organonics are actually catching up to the Salimis. I wonder if they might push into second place at the very end. And it looks to me like some people are starting to... I think some people are starting to migrate. Not all of them, but some are. So we can start now going and resettling people within reason. So what we'll do, we'll go to Epsilon Cygni. And the people who can go, the Zrai, you guys can go. And
Planetary
then
surface settlement established.
what we do, we just kind of go down the list and get them all to move. But that can happen at a kind of a later stage. I'm not sure that's something we need to do wholly at the moment. Terminal Egress Tertius, one which was a little bit behind the rest of the other ones, as it was briefly bombarded by the Urzo Vestige, I believe. So let's get some precinct houses down. And a bunch of city districts. Can't get many here, but it's going to be better than nothing. Terraform you to become a Gaia world. And of course give you your extra consumer goods in a hope to pull people over there. I think it's just going to be one more planet ready to go at the very end. And that's going to be Wilcan Prime, the last one to be brought in to the Empire, but that's a lot of extra planets, and hopefully our population will balance out, and hopefully any new migration that happens from other systems, from other places, from other empires, will go there instead of our already very overwhelmed main planets. I was about to say properties, but I guess they're properties on planets to some extent. Elsewhere on the world map, we are losing this war against the Holy Fallen Empire, the Severquest here. We also need to have a look at the Senate floor in a second, see what's going on there. Let's just make sure these guys aren't getting too out of hand. Let's go have a look. Because these guys got the Holy Worlds, haven't they? Yes, they have. Ask, is that an L gate? If that's an L gate, I might just decide to pop in to say hello. No, it's a hyper relay. That's less exciting. Looks to me like the Severquest are okay, but they're not doing as well as you might initially think. Right, it's Equal Standing Act. I don't have any major... I mean, I don't think really FTL is that important, to be honest. At this point, I don't think FTL really matters, so I'm just going to stay abstaining. I don't see any reason to really join in that one, to be perfectly honest with you. Right, let's go to our fleet management and continue to reinforce. Probably what I want to do is go to the Senate floor.
In revolt.
Oh, a revolt. Well, that's my fault, really. I put way too many people on there way too quickly. Decisions. First of all, cease assembly. We don't need more. We don't need more assembly there. The United Galactic Imperium has joined the Galactic Imperium. You must be a new. You must be a new person. Increasing benefits here.
Alert. Non-standard space entity encounter.
Stability is at 2%, which is not terrible. Distribute amenities. Let's get everyone back on side if we can. If they finish, they'll declare independence. I mean, you know, due credit to them if they do, but I really can't see that being a huge issue. Stability is coming back slowly. I think we're okay.
Technological
But lesson
acquisition successful.
lesson learned for future. But I think some places are starting to stabilise to an extent, which is good. Fleet command limit habitability up will go for purely because I think some habitability on these newer worlds is not spectacular. Obviously, when we get the Gaia worlds in, it won't be a huge problem. But up until that point, it could very well be somewhat of a problem. And it just makes people happier. It makes them work better. There's no reason for us not to, really. But I tell you what, I think we'll leave things there. A bit of a shorter episode today. Because I think the finale will happen next time. What I'll do, I'll probably skip forward about 7 or 8 years to about 2498. I don't really intend to do anything unless anything major comes up, in which case he'll be the first to know. But in terms of victory, I really don't see them catching up to us for the most part. But I will just kind of passively keep playing, and then we will reconvene for the final hurrah with the Imperial Corps, the Roman Empire. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.